Think the 1950s were all about big fins and flashy chrome? Think again. Behind the scenes, some of the most brilliantly engineered cars were built, and almost no one talks about them. These are the most well-engineered automotive masterpieces of the 1950s. Number 1. Imagine a car in the 1950s that looked like it belonged in a Bond film, drove like a grand tourer from Italy, and roared with the soul of an American V8. That was the Fosil VegaFV4, a machine so glamorous and powerful it could have redefined European luxury performance, if only more people had known it existed. Built in 1958, the FV4 was the fourth evolution of Fosil Vega's luxury coupe line. Under its stunning, hand-built French body sat a Chrysler 6.3-liter Hemi V8, pumping out nearly 360 horsepower, a number that shocked Europe at the time. This wasn't just luxury, it was brutality in a tailored suit. But it wasn't all about the engine. The FV4 featured power steering, power brakes, and a meticulously detailed interior with aircraft-style dials, leather everywhere, and chrome accents that could rival Rolls-Royce. It could cruise at 120 miles per hour effortlessly, all while carrying its passengers in first-class comfort. Only around 36 units were ever made. High cost, limited production, and a niche market meant this masterpiece was admired by the elite but ignored by history. Number 2. You've probably heard of MG for their charming little roadsters. But in the mid-1950s, MG tried something completely different. Enter the MG Magnet ZA and ZB, compact sports sedans that blended British refinement with surprising engineering prowess. Underneath the conservative, upright body was one of the first British production cars to feature a monocoque chassis, meaning it had no separate frame. This made it lighter, stiffer, and better to drive than most rivals of its era. It was also the first MG to use the now iconic B-Series engine, a 1.5-liter inline-4 that, paired with a 4-speed manual, offered zippy performance for its class. Design-wise, the Magnet had Italian roots. It was penned by Pininfarina, which gave it an understated elegance few family cars of the time could match. Inside, you'd find real wood trim, leather seats, and that distinct MG charm, all packaged in a practical 4-door saloon. While it was well received at launch, the Magnet was quickly overshadowed by sportier MGs and larger British sedans. But today, looking back, it's clear. This was one of the most well-engineered and underappreciated sedans of the 1950s. It combined innovation, reliability, and style, but quietly faded into history. Number 3. Not every car on this list was born to be a legend. Some earned their stripes quietly through endurance and innovation. The Sunbeam Rapier, introduced in 1955, is one of those machines. It looked like a stylish cruiser, but under the skin, it was a surprisingly capable piece of engineering, one that left its mark on the rally world, even if few remember it today. Developed under the Roots Group, the Rapier was based on the Hillman Minx platform. But it wasn't just a badge job, it came with a pillarless hardtop coupe design, a rarity in Britain at the time, giving it a sleek, sporty look inspired by American trends. The body styling was influenced by Raymond Loewy's work on Studebaker, which gave it presence far beyond its size. Under the hood, it featured a robust 1.4-liter OHV engine, paired with an optional overdrive gearbox, a setup that made it more refined and efficient than many of its contemporaries. Later models would get twin carburetors and even more performance upgrades, especially in rally-prepped versions. The Sunbeam Rapier remains one of the most well-balanced, underappreciated British coupes of the 1950s, a car that deserves way more love than it gets. Number 4. When most people think of British luxury from the 1950s, they jump straight to Rolls-Royce or Jaguar. But those in the know, engineers, pilots, aristocrats, they whispered about Bristol. And the Bristol 406, launched in 1958, was perhaps the most refined and quietly brilliant car the company ever built. Bristol had roots in the aerospace industry, and it showed. Everything about the 406 was engineered with surgical precision. Its body was hand-built, elegant, yet understated. The kind of car that looked right parked in front of a country estate or an airfield hangar. Under the bonnet was a 2.2-liter inline-six, evolved from a pre-war BMW engine design that Bristol had refined to near perfection. It wasn't the fastest car on the road, but it was incredibly smooth, reliable, and sophisticated. Paired with disc brakes, one of the earliest British saloons to offer them, the 406 offered a driving experience more akin to a touring aircraft than a sports car. And that's exactly why the 406 earns its place among the most well-engineered, overlooked cars of the 1950s. Number 5. In the 1950s, Germany was rebuilding, and Mercedes-Benz wasn't just making cars. It was redefining national identity. At the heart of that effort was the Mercedes-Benz 300B, better known as the Adenauer, named after West German Chancellor Konrad Adenauer, who personally used 6 of them. To call this a luxury car is an understatement. The 300B wasn't just Mercedes's flagship, it was their answer to Rolls-Royce. Under its stately body lay a 3.0-liter inline-six with mechanical fuel injection, highly advanced for the time, producing strong, smooth power that could comfortably take this heavyweight saloon past 100 miles per hour, something very few sedans of the era could claim. What made the 300B special wasn't just its speed or size. It was the engineering beneath the surface. Independent suspension at all 4 corners, vacuum-assisted brakes, and an incredibly well-insulated cabin made it whisper quiet even at high speeds. Inside, it was a blend of limousine-grade comfort and military precision. Fine wood trim, leather seating, and meticulous detailing gave it an air of restrained power. A car that didn't scream wealth, but calmly commanded respect. Number 6. Most people look at the Volvo PV544 and see an old-fashioned, bulbous little coupe. But behind that modest design lies one of the most rugged, cleverly engineered cars of the 1950s, and one that quietly built Volvo's reputation for durability around the world. Launched in 1958 as an evolution of the PV44, the PV544 may have looked similar at first glance, but it was significantly improved under the skin. It featured a stronger unibody construction, larger windows for better visibility, and, crucially, a 4-speed manual transmission, making it far more driver-friendly than most cars in its class. Under the hood sat Volvo's legendary B16 engine, which would later evolve into the B18, a power plant so tough it became a favorite among rally drivers. And while it looked like a family car, the PV544 had well-balanced handling, strong brakes, and a suspension that could take punishment without breaking a sweat. Today, the PV544 doesn't get the spotlight it deserves. Overshadowed by flashier European classics, it remains one of the most underrated engineering feats of the 1950s.